accurate local forecast with meteorologist Jackson Chastain starts now.
I walk to work, and this is the time of year where it gets dicey sometimes.
That's right, yeah.
Sometimes even in the morning, too hot. This morning was absolutely gorgeous, Jackson.
It was great. Like you said, you never know what you're going to get. Today, though, we got winds everywhere. It feels great outside. We got blue skies. We were waiting for kind of a break from the heat, and we finally got it. This is later in the week. This is a live look from Ephrata right now where you're seeing just absolute sunshine, which is a wonderful thing, all across the mid-state, in fact, except for maybe, parts of Adams County there. Other than that, we're looking pretty good. Mid to upper 70s. We got 77 in Harrisburg, 76 in Lancaster, and 73 in Chambersburg right around lunchtime today. Dew points have dropped into the mid-40s. That's a big win because it means it feels comfortable outside. Even if it was hot, it would be a dry heat. So here's to hoping they won't stay that way, but here's to hoping we can see more of that in the future. Of course, yesterday we managed to hit 87 for that high, just a little bit above the average for this time of year. We're going to hit the mid to low 80s this afternoon. So continuing with that slow cooling trend, this is probably the coolest we're actually going to be over the next several days because we're going to heat up actually over the weekend. But for today, nice and comfortable, a little bit breezy outside. That's something you're going to have to consider as you step out the door, but it's overall, it's going to feel great. And this is what we're dealing with in the big picture. Higher pressure moving into the region. You do have that low pressure that's over the Midwest right now. That's going to bring us some trouble heading into Saturday. So I'll touch on that in just a second. But in the meantime, we are going to continue to warm. And by trouble, I mean, well, we've got potential for severe weather. And now this kind of only brushes parts of the mid-state, but it is something I want you guys to be aware of, that slight risk. We'll see if the SPC decides to actually upgrade that or not. Regardless, potential for storms mainly in the mid-afternoon to evening time frame. So throughout the day, Saturday, for the most part, it stays dry. Then around 3 p.m., you start to see those storms start to move on in, forming into this stronger line around your dinner time and then moving out by the time you get to around 1 or 2 in the morning. We're going to be clear after that. So it's kind of a brief window, something you're going to want to keep track of. Of course, we'll keep you updated if we get any warnings or anything like that. But what we're looking at right here is actually a pretty decent rain chance total-wise. You could get 1 inch, maybe 2 inches if you get in some of these heavier bands. So that will be something to pay attention to because we haven't had a lot of rain chances recently. The farms need it. We definitely need the rain. That drought is worsening the less rain that we get. So this is going to be good for us. Of course, Monday and Tuesday, dew points drop. Then they raise later next week. So that'll be something to watch as well. So the early part of this next week, 4th of July, looking pretty decent overall, that 4th of July week. And then right around Thursday and Friday, there is potential for some rain there. So some ups, we get into the low 90s over the weekend. We drop back into the 80s to start next week. And then we're back in the low 90s Wednesday. So heat and storms, and then it's cooler again, and then we get the heat and storms all over again to get into July 4th, Seth. So some ups and downs, kind of a roller coaster we got going on.
Yeah. And of course, that pattern of always a little worse on the weekend and a little better Monday and Tuesday.
That's right. You want it to be better on the weekend, though, and get the heat out of the way
all year.
That's right, exactly.
Jackson, thanks so much.